Step change is the place where the industry works together to, in effect, continuously improve our safety performance. It's where all parts of industry, all stakeholders come together, regardless of political or union or employer status, to work together to make the UK the safest place in the world. Our safety case regime is world leading, there's no doubt about that. I also think what we do in step change in safety is unique. I mean, there are parts of the world that have tried to replicate the step change model, but have done it in different ways. But the fact that step change has employers, the regulator, the unions, and we actually have direct workforce representation on our leadership team, is absolutely paramount to our success. You know, it's fundamental, and that red thread runs through everything. So, you know, that unique level of engagement at every level is what makes us, you know, quite special in many ways. Of all 500 members of the workforce, and actually the 750 in the main conference, so that's 1,250 people who can affect change. If each one of those goes back and does one thing differently tomorrow, that's a hugely positive outcome. You know, stops that unsafe act or that unsafe job or whatever else. You know, that immediate impact is there. I think longer term, there's this sense that we move up the maturity ladder in terms of engagement. I mean, we know there are pockets of excellence, but we also know there are pockets where there's room for improvement. And we need to drag and encourage and pull everybody up to the very highest level.
I think step change is very unique. If I look at the UK industry and what step change and oil and gas UK does, it really brings people together. So step change, in my mind, is about not trying to reinvent everything in all the different companies, but actually getting together, sharing the knowledge, sharing best practices, and also sharing what doesn't work and sharing the challenges that we face. And then I think it's about some of the toolkits that have been created and a lot of the work going into the competency groups. Very, very strong kits that everyone can take and adapt and use proactively. And it takes a general belief and commitment from everyone across the organization in the workforce up to senior management of really wanting this to happen, to put in the efforts, the resources, the investment in time and effort, but also actually really to get a bit further into what drives our behaviors, what drives the decisions we all take on a daily basis, and trying to influence that for us to make the right decisions. I think the biggest change is probably that we have demonstrated, first of all, that we have become much better at actively listening to everyone in the organization, because it's really the guys at the worksite that understands the real issues we're dealing with. So instead of just inventing new processes and procedures, really try to get to the root of what we need to focus on. So engagement and listening is a key part. And then finding the very few important things that we can really change and do something about, and make that very visible to everyone in the organization, that actually, if people raise a concern, we address it and we do it decently and we follow through. So I think if we really exploit the potential of step change, there's a lot of work we don't have to do in each and every company, but we can do collectively as an industry.